Hi, I've got a few things I want to sell, and I'm looking to connect with an entertainment memorabilia specialist. So this happens to be a John Lennon. This is when John was in Chicago, 1971. You can see him in the picture at the top, right outside what was the Conrad Hilton Hotel at the time. Excuse the shakiness. And he and Yoko were coming out. He had been the previous night on Irv Cup Sinet's show, and was still in town and meeting on the far right. You could see Yoko Ono and Dick Gregory, I guess friends with Lennon, and John was wonderful. He popped out, and people came out of a bus, and the driver did as well. And he signed this really nice, smooth Flair signature. This one carries a Frank Caiazzo certificate of authenticity. Let me move down for a second. This is a Paul McCartney. This one I got through a friend who put me in contact with somebody at Soho, London, and somebody who was working administratively closely with Paul. This is 1986, I think. Excuse me. And I put in a request. It was never certain that I'd get something, and I got this card that Paul and Linda at the time, Linda took the photo, would use for correspondence with friends. But here you can see to Ron, cheers, all the best, Paul McCartney. I have all the paperwork of my writing to Soho, Soho writing back to me, and the envelope that the card was mailed to me in. So there's lots of, there's paperwork to, well, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, I can't think of it. It begins with a P. But certainly paperwork to back up that this is absolutely, unequivocally authentic. This one is a Elton John. We wrote to his management. This was in the 80s as well. And Elton was nice enough to, my wife asked if her name is Belle. You can see there, to Belle. She was a big Elton John fan in her teens and early 20s, and taking the lyric from the song, to the young man in the 22nd row, I asked, do you think there's any chance that Elton would write the lyric to the young woman? And sure enough, he did. So it's to Belle, the young woman in the 22nd row, Elton John. Let's see if there's a date on this. No. Anyway, nice photo of Elton, and certainly personalized, and that is absolutely unequivocally the real McCoy as well. There are a lot more things that I have, so the reason, again, I don't mean to be stuttering and stalling over this, but I'd like to get in touch with somebody that has some qualifications in entertainment memorabilia. I bought and sold Beatles, for the most part, LPs and individual signatures, that kind of thing, with Frank Caiazzo in the early mid 1980s. He and I had a falling out, but I had that experience with him, and I consider myself to be an excellent judge of what is a forgery and what is real of those four signatures: John, Paul, George, and Ringo. John and Paul in particular. So if there's anyone out there that has interest in buying some things for me, and making a connection and establishing a relationship, I have a great deal of stuff of all sorts, and some things that you just can't find anymore. So if anybody has any interest, by all means, get a hold of me, and I'd love to talk with you. I could take a swing over here and show you, there's a Dan Fogelberg, All My Best, that's his greatest hits. This is just a Jerry Seinfeld. This is in the early '80s when he was signing kind of prolifically. He didn't mind doing it as well. He signed one to me, to Ron. He signed one to Belle, my wife, one to Carly, my daughter, and one to Zach, my son. So he had no problem signing. This is simply a nice personal greeting on Senate letterhead from Ted Kennedy. I'm going to swing over here real quick too. Simon and Garfunkel's Greatest Hits, signed by Paul Simon. And let me get that out of the way. Eagles, their Greatest Hits, signed by the band. And these can be authenticated. I have, again, the word slips my mind. You may be thinking of it begins with a P. Anyway, regardless, this is just a really bad butcher cover. I have one that's in excellent condition. The slip was removed from the album, and it's in pristine condition. So just a couple things here, swinging back around. This Annie Hall poster signed by Woody. You can see that right down here. That says 05. Shelley Duvall. I'm not sure this came from an organization where they have runners and they go out and pick up signatures on these things, and they do a really good job. They managed to get the majority of the cast. This is just another one, American Beauty, signed by Annette Bening. Can't make that out at the. There's Kevin Spacey. Can't make these out, and I'm rushing here as well. But a nice poster. These are just wrapped on foam core with plastic. So there you go. If again you have any interest, you can certainly contact me via email. My email address is my name. It's Ron, R-O-N, .KOLMAN, Kolman, at gmail.com. So that's Ron, R-O-N, .KOLMAN, at gmail. Thanks. I appreciate your looking, and I'm sorry for the rattly and less than professional video, but if anyone has interest, by all means, feel free to write to me and let's talk. Thank you very much.